Muted now. I'm muted. The incompetence level is wild. Let's try again. La 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 la. Listen, you just missed the most amazing mariachi ukulele. La la Hello, hello, but Jules, not Kira. Hello. Thank you for humankind. En México, alabamos. Sí, vamos, vamos. Sopa Azteca, it is okay. We'll make some soup, it tastes so fine. I forgot to buy sour cream. Oh no. Hello, Prickly Triangle. Admire my shop bought basil, which I will be transplanting at some point. That's the plan. I should water it probably. Sorry about that, guys. A few things going on in the background. Get the dishwasher on. Always good to get the dishwasher on. Get that shit out of the way. There we go. How you all doing? Hello, Jed. You also forgot sour cream. Well, it's a garnish. It's not a necessity. Have you all kept the seeds nice and moist? Very, very moist. Hey, Ziggy Wiggy. Hey, Estelle. So we're going to make some Sopa Azteca, and I need to pull up the instructions again, because I ain't never made it before. I managed to find myself some pastillo. Come on, give you a bit of water, Basil. Some of these here bad boys. Let's see. Yeah, yummers. Come on. I can never work out what's the. There we go. It's better, isn't it? Kick that round a little bit. Yeah. Maybe some of y'all got caught out by the time change. I certainly was a bit freaked out by it this morning, even though I reminded myself yesterday and the day before the time will be changing. Such nonsense. Such nonsense. All that stuff. All right, where are we at? Okay, there we go. So apparently two of these bad boys, double wrapped. Why are they doing that? Are they dangerous? Look at that. Oh, wowsies. Wow. That is wild. That smell is insane. I don't know if they're smoked or not, but they're certainly very aromatic. That's beautiful. Look at that. Crinkly little noodle butts. Hey, Bart. Shield Maiden. Hello, hello. Caro Draws. Magusa. Books and knives. Oh my word! Sorry, I'm just stunned by the smell. I wish I could. It's a slightly tobacco-y smell, actually. That's wild. Good morning, Alison. Wow. All right, I'm very impressed with that. I made some broth yesterday. It is a very, very full pot. I don't know how much gelatin we got out of this. Look at that, brimming. This doesn't look too gelatinous, actually. But that'll be going in. But there's a couple of steps on. Oh, and Mark Cram brought me his own little homegrown chilies here. Poblano. We're not sure. Maybe Cheyenne or Cayenne. These are chipotles. These are home smoked. Oh my word, Cram! What have you done? It smells like chipotle. And there's a little Hungarian bloober in here. Not sure what. Oh no, that's a jalapeno as well. I'll have to ask him again. Oh, these are the Hungarian ones. These tiny little fierce but mighty ones. Isn't that amazing? Okay. I will not be using those, and I'll tell you why. Because they are too fiery, too fierce. He snuck a ghost pepper in there. I bloody hope not. That's a lot of juice. Indeed, it is. A little Hungarian mention. Yeah. I need to get those in some nice jars later. So here's the thing, gangaroonies. 2 pasilla chilies, 1 large onion. I don't have a large onion. I got small ones, so I guess we'll be using small ones, won't we? If you've got no choice, that's what you do. Thanks, by the way, for humankind for jumping into mod. Much appreciated. So, what am I looking for? Oh, it's going well. I need a second breakfast. Got the board out and onions, of course. Onions. Let's get our ingredients going. I said 1 large onion. It's a kind of medium size. I don't think you can ever go too far wrong. So I'm going to go with 2 smaller onions. A whole head of garlic skin on. Now I have to say I've seen some recipes where they were not so generous with the garlic, but we're going to roll with it. Boom. Tomatoes. I got a whole bunch of tomatoes. I didn't get Roma. I couldn't get Roma because you know, I have to live with what I can get. Second breakfast like a hobbit. Well, it is actually lunchtime technically, isn't it? So better get this bloody soup cooked. We've got 1.5 pounds, which is what, 750 grams. I think I got more than that here. I think I read somewhere in the recipe it said six large tomatoes. We get the scales out there just for a matter of interest. I'm guessing these 5 here are going to be almost a kilo, actually. No, I'm wrong. I'm so wrong. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, okay. That is 680 grams. So, 1 pound 8 ounces. That's 1.5 pounds, isn't it? Actually. So that'll do us. But I'm gonna bung an extra one in because the stalk's on there. Like that. Put those back in the fridge. And oof. Sorry about that. Anybody else doing Easter decorations already? A delayed breakfast. Well, it is Sunday. Nice. What else we got? Chicken broth. There's 2 liters there. Teaspoon oregano, paprika, cumin. Yes. Chili powder. No. Bay leaf. I didn't get any limes either. Jesus, went to the supermarket. Oil to fry. Yes, we have that. Sour cream, garnishes, shredded chicken, limes. I've got to get limes. How can I go without limes? I'm going to have to pop out. We'll have a break and I'll run across the road to the shop, I guess. Bad shopping. Bad shopping. So, how does this happen? First of all, and I may well move the camera for this, we are going to brown up all of these here, these vegetables, which is also done actually with the Vietnamese pho. And as discussed previously, the Maillard process, of course, the browning process, adds extra flavors overall. It's all right, Santa. We've not long started, to be honest. Everyone's got a few tech issues this end, and but we're doing all right. So you can make deviled eggs without guilt. Why would you have guilt? Cook it later, Santa. You were worried you were poorly prepared for cooking, but then in comparison to me, you're doing all right. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, all right. Calm down. So let's find the recipe. I looked up several again. This is just one of many. So you can choose what you like, can't you? You can do what you like, darling. Okay. Okay. Jump to recipe, yes, please. Sopa Azteca. Shredded chicken optional, actually. And I had someone ask about beans, and they don't go in actually in a sopa azteca. I asked the Mexican lady across the road. She's like, no, 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 no. And the chicken is optional, but actually it's basically a broth and tomato soup. So, and depending on how thin you want it, yeah, I know they actually smell quite good, and they're Czech, as it happens, from a greenhouse. So watch them get expensive by the end of the year. Ha ha ha. Okay. 4 servings apparently. Directions. Preheat the oven. Are we going to go in the oven? See. Soak the dried in boiling water for 2 to 3 minutes. Then cut off the tops and slice the chilies in half. Remove the seeds. So let's do that, and we'll hold that broth back. Actually, I want to put the kettle on anyway to make a cup of cha. Preheat the oven to 400, you say, which is 200 degrees centigrade plus minus 0. And alter my baking tray. Actually, some recipes say you do this in a griddle, but because we're doing the head of garlic, this is going to go in whole. Oops, I shouldn't have taken that off, maybe. Whatever. Baby knife, come and help me, please. Ably assisted. This one's going to be quite garlicky, folks. If you don't want to use quite so much garlic, then do not. But why? So we're going to put the oven hot, basically. And put these flat side down. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, God. So we need a bigger screen. Okay. There we go. So Do-do-do-do-do. Tomatoes need a wash. Get a bowl, Michael. Okay. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. All right. Lay the boiled chilies, onion, aroma, tomatoes in a single layer. Drizzle, generally sprinkle with salt and pepper. Peel the whole garlic head. Oh, I see. We're going to use foil for that. Okay. 45 minutes. That takes too long. We're going to do these in the griddle, folks. Be here forever, otherwise. Nice idea, and all. I'll do the garlic. I'll do the garlic in the oven though. This was a present I got. Cast iron. Yeah, that's what I asked for birthdays. Look, this cast iron. Love it. You can pick these up second hand. All right, you don't have to buy them new. This one I've spent quite a while seasoning. As you can see, the water's kind of running off. So if you can find yourself cast iron, use it because it makes a difference. All right, we're just going to do the veg in there, or we'll do the onion, the garlic in the oven now. We can prep that in a minute. I'll leave them on the tray though. Might as well. Oh, some would say cut the stalks out here, isn't it? Because it's a bit woody, this stalk. But I mean, to be honest, who cares? You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. How can you tell if it's too damaged to use? It's if it's cracked, it's damaged. If it's they can get pretty gunked up, right? They can get pretty gunked up. But you'll find there's tutorials on YouTube about how to clean them in various different ways. Flaking is a big one. Rust and excess oils can be fixed. Exactly. If it's flaking, it means that actually the integral structure of the metal is compromised. Unless it's cracked, this one's got an enamel bottom actually. Le Creuset is good as well. That's enamelized, so you're not cooking straight on the exposed stuff. Rust chips, uneven surface. That even then, slightly uneven surface if you season it. Working my bread though as we speak. Hopefully this one's it. Good stuff. Yeah, there's loads of YouTube channels. There's some people really obsessed with cast iron. So you can watch some of those. Quite nice little rabbit hole to go down to. Yeah, so there's a difference, of course, between it being coated and non-coated. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And okay, it's a bit dusty. We haven't used this one in a while. So this here, for example, right? Oh, make some room. Not enough room on my counter today. So this is coated, but this is also cast iron, as you can see, right? And this one is enamel coated, so it's much cleaner. And this is good also not only for roast stews, soups, right? Baked beans. You can make baked beans in this. You can also use this for bread. This is perfect. In the States, you would call this a Dutch oven, I believe. Le Creuset French brand is a classic. This is not a Creuset. So there are plenty of others out there. There's a Czech company, I can't remember the name of. The only problem with cast iron is it is freaking heavy. So it can be problematic. Right, my water's boiled. Put some boiling water on them there chilies. There we go. That should do. Baby spoon, where are you? There you are. How you guys doing? A Dutch oven is a euphemism for something in the UK. But let's not go there. Crock pot is probably. Oh, you can do so many things in that thing. Lay it up like a stew, or lay it up potatoes. Oh my God, there's some color coming off that as well. So we're not going to throw that water away, folks. I'll tell you why for. Because we might end up chucking some of the water in with our broth later on. I'm going to put a bit more water in there, cover that, and make myself a cup of tea in the process as well. It's time for a cup of tea, isn't it, Michael? I think I'll go for the Irish today. I wasn't sure. Well, yeah, the Irish is more floral than the Yorkshire. I do like Yorkshire tea, don't get me wrong, lad. But sometimes, just to show that I'm not completely unprepared, I may have forgotten lime and sour cream, but I did remember to chop up my tortillas, which we're going to fry up in a bit. All right, back to the veg in hand. A veg in the hand is better than two in the bush or something. Or lamb roast. Who's making lamb roast? It goes through the steam and it hurts like crazy. Well, what do you? Don't go sniffing it. Yeah, I know that's the funny thing though, Alison, is that it's used with such innocence, and then everybody else is like. Yeah, do you know what I like to do in that big crock pot, Dr. Moomin PhD, is brisket, beef brisket, rolled brisket. If you're not sure what that's off the ribs, it's quite marbled. I believe it's off the ribs, and then it's rolled, and you bang that in. You sear that up, and then you bung that in with some vegetables, a bunch of red wine, and some shallots. Like, shut up already! Right home to your mother, and that stuff is awesome. Okay, here's the thing about tomatoes on your cast iron. They will suck the moisture out. They'll suck the oil out. So you will need to give it a bit of a re-season afterwards. All right, where are we to? It said foil wrap these, cut the tips off. All right, fine. I guess because we're going to squeeze these out later. I'm going to cut the very tips off. Seems a little bit wasteful to me, but okay. If you were making a stock, by the way, as Rayumi mentioned previously on one of the other streams, you would just chuck that whole thing in there, paper and all. And I just read recently that onion paper, if you boiled, is a great source of quercetin, which is also one of those things that is healthy and stuff. I have foil. I replenished all my stocks of things the other week. Alu balu, as the Czechs call it. Alu balu vola. Completely new roll. The arrow indicates which way. Does it even peel? Ooh, it even peels off without too much damage. Thank you, DM. There's glue there, though. We won't use that first bit. All right. In the bin. Oh, it's a tough one, lad. Right. I think we're gonna get a few of those. Like so. Okay, oven is preheated. It's going in. I wish I had some bread to go in with it now. Seems a bit wasteful just to have the whole oven on, but there it is. I did some cheat baking yesterday, guys. I bought a roll of puff pastry and then got myself a bag of frozen sour cherries, and I made cherry things. Hey, Kikaku! Kelly Kaku! Well, you should be cooking along next time. Recipes will be posted ahead and you can join in. But that's all right. Yeah, I use leftovers, but I normally just make fresh stock, to be honest. Leftovers I don't have so much. But what's quite clever is chopping and freezing vegetables ahead. And you can, if you've got any leftovers, even scraps like that, you can chuck them in a bag in the freezer. Right? Peelings. They're clean and stuff. It doesn't really matter, you know. It all goes in. Right. So a little bit of a clean up here. Traps and trappers and trappies. Okay. This for my worms. My compost worms. Maybe we'll have a little stream about them sometime. So I need to do a harvesting actually. If you're interested, red wrigglers. I don't think you're supposed to give dogs alums, are you? Is cast iron better than stainless steel? Depends. Depends on what you're making, I think. For me personally, I think stainless steel is better day by day. I would argue. There's me tongs. I put them in here, didn't I? Oh, already soapy. How about in suds? Dirty little fiend. Yeah, peas hold up great in the freezer. I back to the stainless steel question. I'm not ignoring the worms question, probably not. I don't know. Day to day stainless steel for frying is definitely. We are not preheating the frying pan yet. I haven't got that far. I can't pay attention to that too much right now. I'm doing my chilies. Got to get them out de-seeded. This one seems to have holes in it and thus contain a large amount of liquid. Schnizzers? Where's the schnizzers? Oh, I guess we'll just use the kitchen shears. Oops. Seeds gone right in there. I guess they're not viable now that they've been boiled. I don't know. Probably not. But I get some out of the other dry ones. And dry some of these. Grow some of these. Oh my word. That is so exciting. The colour on that. Look. Look at the colour on that. That's awesome. hibiscus. Now I'm getting hibiscus. This is awesome. All right. So apparently there's a lot of seeds. Wow. Wowsies. That is so exciting. Oh my word. Okay. If you're using fresh chicken breast, you could be cooking those in the stock. Or alternatively, if you've not made stock yet, you can boil the chicken breast in the water. This is a very interesting smell, I have to say, guys. If some of these take, and you happen to be in Prague in the summer and are travelable, and you want to grow some chilies, maybe we can do a bit of a plant exchange. And you can, if you're in the States, you're not going to have that problem. But if you're in Europe, maybe we can do that. I'm not going to worry about all of them. I'm not going to get all of them out. I am, however, going to use as much of this fruit as I can. Because let's not be deceived, but paprika is a fruit. It is the fruiting body of the plant that we are eating. But we treat it as a vegetable in terms of cooking, do we not? This one has not got so many seeds. That's interesting. Okay. 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 I'm going to take too much of the flesh away with that. Look at that. All right. Wow. That is impressive. Makes you realize just how boring a chili world one can live in. All right, we're washing our hands very well here, folks. Okay. And I think I'll be moving over the camera now towards the griddle there so we can all see what's going on in the moment. Oh, he's gone Irish. Bloody hell, not again. Empty water bottle. For what, my friends? For watering my plants. Rub eyes for good luck. Oh, I'll tell you a story. My great grandmother, she was from Hungary. And because we had Schwabs, and she was this fierce. I never experienced the fierceness, but she was just this fierce, tiny dragon of a lady, the matriarch for sure. And she used to eat these Hungarian chilies. They were about, I don't know, 15 centimeters long, 15 to 20, and border police is kinky down under. Oh yeah, the fruit police. Yeah, there's a great sketch from Danny Boyes, this Scottish comedian, about getting meeting the fruit police, getting stopped on the border of the states, and he's like, you got any fruit in your car, mate? He goes, no, I've got no fruit. It's like, can you open the boot of the car for me, please? And he jokes that you could have had grenades or be smuggling Osama bin Laden in there, but he wouldn't have cared. Got any bananas? But it's a serious thing. Fair enough. So my great grandmother, back to the great grandma, and Bublin, I haven't forgotten about the works, but I did forget about Cactalius and the pole, by the way. So if anybody can fill me in on that, that would be great. And basically, my great grandmother, for no teeth, right? No teeth. Morning consisted of this large bowl of kahor, which is like a grain based coffee alternative, and she would just break brioche bread in there and like that's it because she had no teeth. lunchtime and dinner, she would take half of one of these freaking chilies and just chop it directly onto her plate and just go down like that. And it was insane. Anyway, my mum's cousin's husband, long story, tried one of these and he's like, "Oh God, this is so hot, ha ha," and then didn't wash his hands, and then he went to the toilet. Spicy member. So, might as well chuck that in there while it's running. Don't need it again. But yeah, Fizz. 96. She lived to 96, that woman. Insane. So, we are going to get the griddle warmed up. Got to put it in milk afterwards. Put the ding dong in the milkies. Hey? Drop the ding dong in the milkies. Woohoo! Nice cooling glass of milk for you. What are you talking about? Alison, I'm turning my griddle on. Hot, because I know how this stove works. I'm going to get myself a bit of olive oil. Now, this is pomade, ladies and gentlemen. This is not virgin olive oil. You should not cook with virgin olive oil, no matter what they say. It's got a low burning temperature. It does not like it. So pomade is of the second press. It's got a higher flash point, higher smoking temperature, and will stand up to light roasting and frying. Okay, but again, we don't want to get too hot with this. So I will move this camera with the magic of technology somehow safely over here. We're almost in range, guys. This is like, I don't know, like I've thought about this or something. Monster Heart, slut olive oil only. Okay. How close can we get? Okay, I suppose I could just buy a longer one of these cables at some point, couldn't I? And come up a little bit. Yeah, well, that'll do. Like it. Exactly. Alison is telling the truth. If your mouth is on fire, drink milk. It soothes. Absolutely. Bread kind of helps, but there's nothing as good as milk. Cow's milk. The veggie alternatives help a little bit, but not in anywhere near the same way. I'll let my tea stew. Oh, you idiot. Oh no, I took the bag out. I just didn't put any milk in. How do we know the griddle is ready? That's a good question. Oh, I might make my bechamel while we're at it, actually, because I'm going to cook lasagna. How do I know it's hot? I put my hand over the top of it. If I bang the oil, a little bit of oil in there, it starts to move around. I don't know if you can see that. It's moving around this to surface. And it's quite a lot of oil, but that's all right. We'll go with the onions. Not quite that hot yet. We want to just brown these up a little bit. I cut the roots off too much on this one. Silly of me. I don't know if you can hear that. Shh, that's the water from the tomatoes. Okay. Turn it back a little bit, because I know it gets awesome fierce. Bloody mustache. Did not wax it today. Tea gets stricken on it. Yogurt's also good. Exactly. Or sour cream. That's why it's served with this kind of stuff, actually, just to mitigate the heat a little bit. And we'll want a bowl for this. Oh, the small bowl is in there. Oh, we just use this one. But I got too many bowls, not enough stuff. We'll transfer. We just want to get a bit of brown, like that. Just brown it up. Probably should have chopped these in half. It's because I followed the one recipe instructions which said quarters and then in the oven. Anyway, we just want a little bit of colour on these. I guess this is going to be a free-for-all in a minute in here. I guess it's just going to be a free-for-all. Oh, okay. Best laid plans of mice and men. Turn it back up again because the tomatoes are sucking the heat out the griddle. I'll take us into the shower. It'll be fun. What is going on here? I turned my back for 1 second. I know, Bublina. All those Greeks getting milk. Best played lambs if Mike and men. What did Monster Heart say? Idiot proof recipe. Okay, I'm going over to make tea and have a donut. I'm taking it all downstairs with me. Do it. Oh, okay. All right, we're going down that route. Bloody hell. I don't know if you can hear that. It's gone very quiet. Because the tomatoes have sucked all the heat out of the griddle. I'm turning it back up again. Maybe the oven would have been a better idea. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start my pan and I'm going to bang them in the oven for a bit. That's what we'll do. Okay. Okay. Swapsies. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Oh, I know. Wouldn't it be good if we could transfer smells? What are the tomatoes whispering to me, Santa? They're whispering, do it. Do it. Take their souls. Take them. Take them. What kind of sausage are they pulling out, Santa? What kind of sausage is it, Santa? Is it a salami? Is it a frankfurter? A little piece of bread? Do they have mustard there? What are they dipping the sausage into it, Santa? What kind of bus ride is that? Hey? Yeah. Thank you, Rob Ruhart. I'm appreciating that. Oh, the cheers so far we've got. New activity. Why are you not showing me? And Ziggy, we started as well. Thank you very much, Jet. Thanks, there. And it's about time to pull up my bag of hard-boiled eggs. Do it. Pull them out, crack them open. Do you have a little pot of salt, mates? Celery salt. Mmm. Boom shakalaka. That's what the kids used to say in the 90s. Boom shakalaka. All right. Courtesy of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, I think. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. Before he went all weird. Anyway. Oops. Come here, Onion. You will not evade me. Get back in that pot. All right, we're going to do a cheeky transfer. Because, I don't know. The pictures looked all nice, but this is not quite working how I imagined. That's all right. Face down into the hot pan. Face down. This is going to turn into a proper mush in the oven. Don't mind that. Scrape it off. In the bowl it goes. There we go. Okay. Where is my scraper? My metal one. Get all the stuff off the bottom. Yeah. Oh, that's black though. No, we don't want that. Oh well. Oh, Michael. Silly, silly fool. All right, well, some of it's going to go in, and it'll be fine. Okay. Give that a scrape. Get rid of those trimmings. And the next round goes in. Okay. Back in the oven you go. Okay. A wee bit more oil. Whoop. How are you doing, kids? Black choy Mexican soup is perfect. Okay. Leave your sausage and eggs where they belong. What is this sausage egg thing now? Did we put the chilies in the pan? We put the chilies in the pan, Alison. We did put the chilies in the pan. Get the chilies real blackened too. All right. I'm all a bit new to this, but all right, we'll just keep your face down for now. Keep your face down in the pan. Oh, why am I doing that? Because I am. All right. Burning, I think, yeah, they should be browned, maybe slightly blackened, according to Barbarian here. So, I mean, I tend to go with Gordon Ramsay on this. Brown is cooked, black is fuck, but then what does Gordon Ramsay know? Bit of a knobhead, isn't he? I quite like the guy, though, I have to say. Woohoo! There it is, Santa. There's the chili steam. Blackened or toasted chilies, particularly pasilla, often called them, are crucial to the authentic flavors. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Cool. Well, what about his scrambled? Oh, horrible. Horrible scrambled eggs. It's just, this just stops the fat spitting. So if you're frying, it just stops the fat from jumping up. All right. Smells so good though. Ah, you did call it. It is a great idea. I got it from IKEA. Um, yeah, let's not go there. I got it from IKEA. Black and chili flakes with salsa verde. I'm learning it today. Uh, well, Asher, my problem is I got to keep up with you guys. I got to keep up with you guys. If I was just cooking, I would also be in a very different position. I'm glad you're ahead. All right, we're gonna bung these in the oven to join their compadres. See what I did there? Oh, that's hot. That's hot. That's what she said. Okay, we'll give that a once over. This with some water, and we will go ahead and fry our tortilla chips in there while this is finishing up in the oven for a few minutes. Um, what oil will you use for frying, Michael? Well, that's a very good question. I'm just going to use sunflower oil, me, which I'm almost out of actually. Oh. Whoa! God, I love it. I'm gonna open the windows here, guys. Let some breeze through. Ah. There we go. Walking into my smoky kitchen. There you go. Got a good draft coming through now. I can smell the pain. Yeah, any of the vegetables. Oh, Mexico. I love to go to Mexico. I've never been. Uh, bathroom break. All right, this is too hot. Ah, scheiße. I don't think that's quite enough oil. However, it'll have to. Not quite hot enough yet. Sacrifice one. One way to check if your oil is hot enough is to just drop a grain of salt in it. And you'll see it start to fizz away, but it is not hot enough. We'll get some kitchen roll prepared for draining off. A friend of mine's mum, that's what she said, what? 45 minutes oven so they don't attack you. Well, that's the other option, but I didn't want to do that. Well, now I know. All right. Now I know. Live and learn. But that's fun, I think. I opened the windows. It's clearing up already. I can't take it anymore. Friend of mine's mother showed me a trick when you're frying stuff. If you put it in the bowl like that, and then when you drain, when you drain, all right, this bowl's not quite big enough for it. You get the idea, though. You put the chips around the outside like that. You drop them in there and it drain off. But that bowl's not big enough, so we'll transfer in a moment. Here we go. How do you know they're done? I guess when they go slightly hard and brown. Ah! That was not fully dry, Michael. We do not want to drop water into hot oil, do we? That is a schoolboy error. Done? We'll try one of those. Very hot. I'd say they were done. Crispy. Yes. I guess 3 batches will do. I got it pretty hot here, guys. I'm turning it down a little bit. Ah, there we go. Got a nice breeze today. Mm-hmm. Keep it hot. last batch going in. Here we go. And I said about re-seasoning my pan. Well, there it is. Mentally shredded chicken. I'm gonna just use the chicken from the broth that I made from the hello everyone, Bagarella. Maultaschen, cooked or fried, both. I mean, why choose? Exactly. You got it for you, humankind. Avocado, because I don't really like the texture. Quack, 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 quack. All right, well, that turned out better than I was expecting. I was a bit worried about this process, but I think that's fine. I think that's just fine. Okay. Let's get the paper so they also drain nicely. Somewhere in my world, I have a slotted spoon, but until then. Now, what to do with the oil? Good question. Some people would reuse it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll filter it. I'll put it through coffee paper, I guess. All right. Mm-hmm. Put those by the window to cool. And have a little clean up here. We'll get the thingies out the oven. Using the oven glove, Michael, not the slightly wet tea towel. All right. I think we'll go with that. All righty. All right, gang. We're gonna take a 5-minute I hate this. While I run across the road to see if I can find sour cream and limes, because limes are kind of important. That does look awesome, doesn't it? This is going to be so good. I can't believe how much I love cooking. It's kind of ridiculous. But so before we have a 5-10 minutes, we'll do a quick. Yeah, if you can't find the limes, just use the lemon. You could even get a bit kinky and use an orange instead, why not? It'll be quite funky with the orange flavor, but nothing to regret. It'll go in the pot and you'll eat it right up. Either way it'll be good, 'cause soup today is gonna get cooked. Finally, barding. I bard in here every session. This is our soup song. Chop it and wash it and chuck it in. We're gonna cook some soup today. You're gonna wash it and chop it and chuck it. Actually, the original version is chop it and wash it and chuck it in. We're gonna cook some soup today. All right, folks. We're going to take a quick break for everybody's benefit. And when we come back, we're going to mush that stuff up in a pot, chuck in chicken broth, and then we're almost done, basically. So be right back shortly. I'm not really sure what I walked into on the stream there, but it seems like quite an interesting conversation about having to relieve oneself. Mm. Well, well. I'm blending, guys. Don't panic. It's perfectly natural. We all do it. Even the birds and bees do it. Let's fall in love. Guess what? Gotta love the local Vietnamese corner shops. Because likely as not, they will have some limes. So I managed to find limes, and I managed to find sour cream. So we're riding. We're riding. This train is riding. Okay. We're gonna chop it and chuck it and mess it in. Okay. All right. Alison's already blending. I suppose I better get my stab mix out. I don't have a blender. I have a stab mix though, and that will have to do. Michael, clean your decks. Clear your decks, boys. In 1800. Alrighty. We'll put that over there. And what I would like to do, actually, because I realised I did not salt and pepper these wee bad boys over here. So let's go ahead and get that coming up back over there. Alright, you can see that. So I'm going to salt and pepper that before I move on. Right. Back, squeeze the garlic out. Oh, roasted garlic. You absolute little beauty. And they should all just squeeze out, apparently. Easy said than done. Too hot. Fine. Don't do it then, Michael. Okay. Salt. And pepper. If you're ever in Prague or you live in Prague, you need to go to Mexicali. It's out near Česko Moravska metro stop. It's the main Mexican wholesaler for Mexican goods in Prague. So actually, if you go to Burrito Loco or any of those other shops, basically they're all supplied from that place. You got hot oil on you? What? No. But basically, they have the they have it all. All right, where are we to? So that's that. I'm gonna get my big pot out. That's what she said. And what I'd like to do actually is start my spices off. Ow, as it said. Whoops. Ah. It said to use cumin, right? Where's my list? Cumin, oregano, and paprika. 2 bay leaves. What? Didn't get the bay leaves in there yet. Oh, we'll chuck them in there. All right, so that is my cumin. That is my cumin. I'm going to start that off in oil. A little oil. Half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of sweet paprika. Boom. Use the olive oil again. We're going to warm that through. Actually, we can start with a dry pan. Maybe even blacken those up a little bit, hey? How's that for an idea? Squeeze the cloves of garlic out. Squeeze the cloves of garlic out. Da 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 da. Ow, ow. Ah, hot. I can smell the spices in the pan. What a mighty fine treat that is. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, it's not what I imagined to be doing. Sunday afternoons getting my finger burnt by hot garlic. Is that a band name? I mean, Hot Chip is a band name, I know that. Okay, so those are toasted up. I think that'll do. Let's get that off the heat. Make sure the pan's not too hot. When we load in with the garlic and tomatoes. Oh, so sugary, so caramelized. Oh my word. Oh, look. And I'm going to put a bit of chicken stock in there just to take the heat out of the pan. And also to help the blending process. So that's the oregano is not in yet. The oregano will go in a bit with the bay leaves and stock because it's going to get cooked up for a while after it's blended. Get a bit of stock in that. Oh, yes, sexy. That, as far as I'm concerned, is. Oh, scheiße, noch heiß. The thing about cast iron, folks, is once it is hot, it stays hot. So there is that advantage of it. Oh, there were the scissors, along with the rind of cheese. Okay. Let's whizaroo over here. I think we can do that. Small camera change, folks. Oh, I got myself a beer, by the way, non-alcoholic, because I'm off the booze at the minute. But what else better? For the delicious Chinese meal, then is a man to be accused of going for a delicious Chinese meal? Is that what the quote is? That Aussie geezer. All right. Where my stab mix at? T-file. I'm going to mute you for a sec, guys. Just succulent Chinese meal. That's what it is. We can go up here. Da, 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 da. Got a little windy winder in it. Okay. So you can see. Right, I'm going to mute you for a second while I'm whizzing. Okay, that's about the size of it. I'm not going to throw that back in because that's the hairiest parts of the job. So we'll discard those. If you had a more powerful blender, probably you can get away with chucking that in. Best advice, wash it straight away and you will face minimal problems. If you leave this kind of stuff hanging around, it's just a pain in the ass. But while the proteins and their sugars are still warm, they will come off nice and clean. There we go. Stab mix. I know. Oh God, if you've ever used a professional one, they're like that tall. You know, the head of them is like this. So scary tall, scary tall. All right, stab mix goes away. Thank you very much, Stabby. I make my smoothies with this and all in the summer. You know, I like to have a bit of a smoothie at morning. Get me digestive system going proper. And I mean, a blender would be good, but I don't have one, and that's fine. This is plenty. It's got this attachment. See, you can do nuts in there, seeds. Oh, I do my eggshells for the worms in that. I said I would talk about eggshells. Yeah. So look at that. Look at the color of that. Wow. Not wrong about the color, Barbarian. Okay, back on the heat we go. We're going to bring this up to a boil. We're going to chuck a couple of bay leaves in there. And they're very small. I need to buy bay leaves. I keep forgetting to buy bay leaves and oregano. Oregano. Half a teaspoon of oregano. Something like that. And then it said 1.5 liters of 1 to 1.5 liters of stock, depending on how liquidy you like it. So that's the thing. I'm going to start with 1 liter and see how we go. What's that? That's a liter of stock. Not a moving of the camera today, but that's okay. I think for this particular dish, it deserves a little closer attention. Right, you can see, I would argue I want the whole 2 liters in there. Actually, I'm going to go for the whole. Well, let's go 1.5 liters, and then if I want to add more at the end, I can. Plus, minus. There we go. Okay, so we're going to bring that up to the boil to get the herbs infused. Very gently. Have a little wee tidy up. And get the windows closed again, I think. Now that we've had a bit of a clear out of the air. Not very nice weather today, some might say. It's a bit overcast. But very fresh air. It had a bit of a rain, I think, overnight, which is good. Keeps the pollen down. Alrighty. Alrighty. There we go. How are we doing, chat? Tucking you in and reading a bedtime story. Lovely stuff. Tuck me in. The soup jumped up and slapped you in the face when you were stabbing it or when you poured it in. Yeah, I know. My soup's done. Hooray! Have you got your trimmings done as well? Meron pan. We'll work on the trimmings now. That's what we're gonna do. Making little worm babies. Oh, worms. I keep forgetting. So I have red wrigglers, composting worms. And they're pretty cool. And from that, no, there are thousands of them. I'm not going to start naming. There are literally thousands. The worms go in the soup. Yep, extra protein. So you got your ukulele out. Sweet. I mean, I only know the 4 chords. Hopefully, you know a few more than that. Now would also be a good time to test the saltiness. All right. I think I just got a little bit excited. I think I just got a little bit excited. This is not too spicy. This is like you put it on your lips and you just get a little tingle on the tongue. Oh, what are you doing? We're not going to go Chinese pepper. Don't be daft. We could go that one there. Oh, very, very nice. So let's see. Let's see. It's going to come up to the boil. That cast iron pan handle is still warm. And let's do some cleaning, and then we will get onto our trimmings. No soap, folks. No soap on the roasting tins or the frying pans. If you can avoid it. I picked these up in a warehouse. Someone had just left them for years, and they were like this, and it's awesome. And then occasionally I've had people clean with soap, and I have to show them the hairy side and go, no! Well, you'll have to believe me on the worms. It's a little bit like the snakes. Yeah, exactly. Nice seasoning. And you just rub a bit of paper over it, and that's good to go. Sometimes, depending on what I'm cooking, I will pop a bit of oil on there and then bang that back in the oven just to heat through. But I won't do that today. All right, where are we at? Quick bit of washing up here. I will clean the sink out later. And then we will wash our lines. And make ourselves some sour cream dressing, or what would you call it? Sprinkle. And chop up our avocado and cheese. And then I think we're more or less ready to eat. Yeah, it's good. We're having a good time on this stream, folks. Getting better. Getting better all the time. All right. Give the limes a scrub. As I think I mentioned before, I use this dish soap that's actually vegetable based. And it's also, you can use it to wash veg. Now, some people might say, don't do that. But yeah, sure, okay. But with citrus, first of all, for no other reason, you should rinse at least your fruit, because it gets transported in a truck. God knows how many people handle it. I used to work for a fruit and veg salesman, and it's not that we didn't care. We looked after the stuff very well, but you're taking it from one box and putting it in another box. It's gone on a truck and on the road, and it's come from the farm. And like, at which point there has anybody washed it. And in fact, you don't actually want to wash unwashed carrots, for example, keep longer than washed carrots. And potatoes, it's the same. The soil actually protects the moisture from coming out. We don't want moisture to come out, do we? And soft fruits, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, anything like that. The moment you wash it, actually, the natural protection is broken down and they will go moldier. So you're better off not washing that until you go to use it. But you do want to give it a rinse, you know? Yeah. Cool. Most cases of food poisoning comes from fruit and veg. Yeah, salads as well. Yeah, often it's a salad because it's well, depending on where you are at, is the water source clean? My aluminium foil, recycle your aluminium, people, if you can. Of all the things that are actually recyclable, aluminium is one of them. Aluminum for the Americans. And I'll tell you something, it takes 8 times less energy to recycle aluminium than it does to extract it and produce it. So that's why recycled aluminium has quite a high value. Scrap aluminium. Anyway, what's quite interesting about that is another little factoid if you want to go down that route is aluminium is actually one of the most widely available mineral bauxite in the Earth's crust. So the question is, why don't we use it more? Why don't we use steel? Because steel has more flexible uses and is not as expensive to process. There we go. How are we doing? Not quite cooking yet. All right. So let's get back to. I'm going to turn the fan off. It's annoying me. Let's get back to our recipe. Stop adding extra syllables to our words. No. Tough. Aluminium, 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 aluminium. Oh, for God's sake, open. Once cooled, blend for about 3 minutes. And darjeeling, put in the oregano, paprika, cumin, stir well. Pour in the chicken broth, stir well. Bay leaves, yes. 15 minutes, yes. Crema, sour cream, kosher salt in a bowl. I don't know what that means. I've never quite worked out what kosher salt is. What is kosher salt? How is it different from normal salt? I like how somebody here is actually trying to make this into a reasonable debate. Look, you can keep aubergine and you guys keep aluminum. All right? Let's not fight about it. This is not sensible. Anything with kosher salt costs $30. Mischievous. 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 So, sour cream. La 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 la. Oh my God. This is so exciting. Turn it up. Turn it up. Oh, cilantro. Where's the bloody cilantro in it? I saw one recipe where they were cooking the chicken in water and putting all the vegetables in there. Whatever. Garnish and serve. I want rabbit blessed salt. Put some lime zest. All right, Becca. You're talking my talk here. I'm down with that. I love lime zest. Coconut macaroons, by the way. Those macaroons I made were not so good. For the garnishes, for the crema, 1 lime, freshly juiced. But we'll put zest in first, innit? Microplane, come to my rescue. Microplane, come to my rescue. I think we'll do like half a lime of zest. Or do we zest the whole lime? Do we zest the whole lime? Thank you, Joshi Dummy. Loving it. Getting zesty. All right. Screw it. I love lime. Oh, that smell. There was a period in my life where I was eating limes. I was just eating them. I just peeled them like an orange and I would eat them. Guess my body needed vitamin C. Guess my body was telling me something there. Okay. So I'm not sure what to cook next week because it's Easter, and also I plan to do a bit of traveling. So we might have to cook early on Friday, Easter Friday. And I think there was some talk about Easter soup, wasn't there? I don't know which nation does Easter soup. Is what organic? Is what organic? Is the lime organic? No, it's not. Another reason for washing it. Look at this. I've got two squeezers. One smaller. I find this one better for limes because they're a bit tougher. All right. She's boiling up. Let's turn that down. Oh, ho, 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 oh, I'm so excited. Okay. I learned last year that lemons are a hybrid fruit. Apparently, limes are the original thing, and lemons somehow I got hit by the smell. Yeah, glass squeezers. I know. Fancy. Again, picked up secondhand from somewhere. Can't remember where. This one is from my friend. It's broken. I should probably run some sandpaper over that to make it less sharp. But see, listen. Are you're in a Czech bus? Might be ice creams. I don't know. Well, there we go. We've got people who've read it. Mr. Dr. Moomin, PhD as well. Oh my God. Oh. All right, I haven't put salt in that yet. I don't have kosher salt because it's not a thing in Europe, really. I've not heard of it. Keep reading in recipes. And a good old dose of salt. There we go. I guess this is the kind of thing actually that would stand being prepared nicely ahead of time, isn't it? And then garnish is lime quartered, cilantro, queso blanco. Okay, so we get the cheese out. Do I wash my squeezers with soap? No, just rinse them off. Well, let's clear the decks. I don't know what to do with these seeds. I think they're probably just done, aren't they? Let it go, let it go. And I will butcher one of the others to get some seeds. Get some seeds. Oh, I love the color of my board today. Isn't that beautiful? What can you see? Isn't that gorgeous? Just, I love how messy that is with the peppers. Looks like a chicken actually. That's weird. Funny. All right, Quedo Blanco. So I got Balkansky here in it because that's what the Mexican lady who I got my peppers from said. She's like, "Oh, I'll just use that. It'll be fine." What else am I looking for? Mochican. Mochican. Quite exciting. It's still that farm chicken is what we used a couple of weeks ago. The one with the bits in it. Let's turn that down. Just let it simmer. A little simmer. Where's my other thingamajiggy gone? I'm glad we got away from European soups for a while. Although I do love celeriac, there is, only so much you can take of it. So back to the chicken. So this is from my broth. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to serve that up, and possibly, for example, tomorrow I might make a bit of miso, and I've still got half a litre there, which is not that much, but half a litre of the broth, and mix some miso, chuck those veg in, chuck some fresh mushrooms in as well. What's best as a meat substitute for this? Oh, I know, jackfruit. Jackfruit, if you can find it, green jackfruit would be very good. You can use it like pulled pork or pulled chicken, which would be perfect for this. And it's not sweet. Jackfruit has a very kind of weird, if you've never tried it, fresh, ripe jackfruit is somewhere between melony. It's almost got that like chewing gum flavor. It's quite bizarre. And you can buy it. I found it in DM. But probably health food shops have it. You get it in cans or in vacuum packs, and it's pretty good it's very good as a meat substitute because when it's not ripe, it has a more neutral flavor, and it takes on whatever spices you're using. So that would be an option. Yes. So we have DM over here. Yeah, absolutely. Not as good as in Germany, sadly. So point I'm making though is that I have got the organ meats, which I'm going to be eating today because I like them. And then and a little bit of this as well. There it is. I got the liver, the heart, and the gizzard. And I'm going to just have a bit of other meat to go with. So I'm going to cut that up. Yummy. Okay. We're almost there, folks. I'm sure some of you actually might already be eating or getting ready to eat, which is good for you. That's bubbling away. Take one of my avocados. I'm not very good at buying avocados of all the fruit and vegetables, but someone told me that if the stalk comes away or is soft, let's go with this one. Let's see. I don't have much luck, to be honest, with avos, but whatever. You see people chucking the knife in, isn't it? to get the thingy out, but apparently you just press on the back like that. Right. Come on, don't show up now. Don't show me up now, bastard. Get out. There we go. Almost. Apparently that is also edible, but people chuck it in their blender and fuck up their blender. So there's good nutrients in that by all accounts, but I wouldn't know because I've never tried. So let me get a spoon. I just absolutely messed up that guac. The arvo. I'm trying to push it through. I'm just going to prep half now, as I'm only serving for myself presently. Okay. Chop that into pieces, apparently. Little dices. How big do we want the dices? Like this? Something like that. 3/4 of an arvo in my soup. 1/4 of an arvo. And then we want the Balkanskis here. Balkan cheese. Which has a little bit of salty water. That's what she said. Okay. And again, I'm going to do a 1/6 of this cheese. Okay, chuck it in. All right, I'm hungry. So I found some further research, and apparently you want a cheese that holds up, that crumbles but isn't too crumbly. Maybe I won't do all of that liver right now. All right. Okay. Oh yes, go for this nice white bowl, and I put the meat in the middle because that's going to get warmed up. I still don't have a choufanek, much to my chagrin. Cilantro, baby. Where's the cilantro? Is this the time where you pop the beer? I think so. Cheers. Yeah, well, I don't think they send us the best arvos here, to be fair. I think we're, somewhat impoverished by that. But hey ho. Okay. Let me get my cilantro. Quarter of a lime. Quarter of a lime. Go through this way, because then the juice comes out. If you go lengthwise, then some of the segments don't get cut in it. Quarter that way. In it. Where is the cilantro gone? They're lying on top of the other things. Some of you don't like cilantro. That's okay. It's okay, Outlaw Bard. You don't have to. You don't have to use it. It's not obligatory. And we know some people can't do it. So, oh, it's not the best. It's not the best. This is going to need picking through. I think this will do for my purposes. Stalks and all. Because why wouldn't you? My whistling. Yeah, I've worked on it. My grandfather was my inspiration. Okay. How are we doing? This has been cooking for 20 minutes now. Okay. Here we go. Where's my little ladle? To say I am excited is a little bit of an understatement. So we got everything assembled, have we? Cilantro, lime, avo, cheese, tortillas. And now we just need the soup. Oh my god. The color on this is just absolutely astounding. One more. All right. The other advantage of putting that meat in there cold is it cools the soup a little. Now let's go for a wee garnish. Oops. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yes. 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 And yes. Okay. Don't spill it, Dadzig. Just some broth. Do with a bit more salt. Touch more salt. And there we go. All right, gang. This is awesomeness. You hear that? Crunchy. Oh, that lime kicking in. Shut up. Wow. Exactly, Meron. The textures. Mm. Mm. We have soup. Pseudo. We have soup too. Halibut. Nice. And then there's saltiness with cheese. Ah. Well, gang, we managed that in 2 hours as well. No, Monster Heart. Next time, we'll go crash at Allinson's. Ah, so good. Oh, thank you, Pseudo. Next time you follow along, I know. I'm thinking We probably need to cook Friday next weekend. Just because of travel plans. Shut you now. Normally, I don't finish the whole soup while I'm on stream, but this is just phenomenal. Very good. Very good sopa. Any soup the next day will taste better. That broth is going to keep for a couple of days. I mean, obviously, if it's fresh chicken broth, you need to be a little bit circumspect, but as long as you're cooling properly and quickly, it'll keep a couple of days. Also, freeze it up. Just get a chicken breast on the way. Boil it up in the broth, isn't it? Dadzig soup book when? Oh, that's a question. Oh my word. Sorry, I'm finishing this bowl on stream today. I don't want to put it down. This is so good. Well, there we go. Look at that. Look at that, Alison and Monster Heart. Yay. Bring a ladle. I know. Bring one here. Actually, I'm fairly convinced I have a ladle somewhere. It's just I've been moving around the last couple of years. And I think it's just in a box still somewhere. Oh my word, that sour cream as well. With the lime. And the tortillas are holding up so well. And they're not going soggy, like croutons. Dude. Shut up. Done. Done. I'll tell you what I'm going to do when I cut the stream is I'm going to go for seconds. Seeing as I have everything cut up here. Oh, wow. Okay. That's just ridiculous. Turn that off. Oh, wow. Well, my nose is running, which means, as the Koreans would put it, means that the soup is very refreshing. Exactly, it means it's good. All right, folks. We're gonna finish with a little bit of a song, just to say goodbye today. A little bit of a song. I'll see you next week for another cooking thing. I don't know yet what we'll cook, but it'll be tasty, that's for sure. Thank you for joining in. It really means a lot. With all your cheers and subscriptions and so on. So on. So on. That is a tasty rated stream. Thank you for joining along. Awesomeness. I'm so happy about this soup. I cannot. I cannot express quite how much I am in love with this particular soup. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, stop with the shenanigans. Have a bit of beer. Mm. Guys, see you soon on stream or elsewhere. Ciao.